So have you ever, like, chased a goal, something you really, really wanted, but it just felt like you kept hitting a wall, losing steam?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, our deep dive today is unpacking this really insightful realization from one of our listeners. It's about their journey learning English, actually.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about this feeling, of always wanting to give up, always waiting until they felt ready or, like, inspired.
Which just doesn't happen on demand, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And it often led to, well, nothing. The goals just sort of faded.
It's such a common trap, that waiting game. Our listener put it really well. They called it chasing a balloon in the wind.
Yeah, I like that.
You're putting in effort or thinking about the effort, but the actual motivation feels slippery, like it's always just out of reach.
Right. And that's the big question we're digging into here. What if chasing it is the problem? What if just being consistent, even with really small, quiet actions, is way more powerful than, waiting for perfection or some grand plan?
Precisely. So our mission for this deep dive is to really explore the insights our listener got from their material. We want to uncover how these tiny, consistent actions can actually lead to pretty surprising progress.
And build real habits, right?
Yeah, build robust habits, turn that struggle into something sustainable, maybe even almost easy over time.
Yeah.
It's all about seeing why just showing up quietly, maybe just for 10 minutes, can actually change everything.
Okay, so let's start with that thing our listener called the old wait for motivation trap. This idea that you sit around waiting for a special spark,
Mm-hmm.
that sudden inspiration. But it often just results in, well, nothing getting done. It's like waiting for the perfect sunny day to finally go for that walk. You could wait forever.
It really is a basic misunderstanding of how motivation often kicks in. Consistency, you see, it just doesn't really care about your mood.
Yeah,
It doesn't need you to be enthusiastic. It's just about doing it anyway. I mean, think about brushing your teeth.
Okay.
How many of us wake up genuinely excited to brush our teeth? Probably not many.
Right. But we do it. It's a routine born out of discipline. And that's a key word here. Discipline. It's about doing what you know you need to do even when you really don't feel like it.
Like forcing yourself to study English when you're tired instead of just, scrolling TikTok for an hour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's discipline in action.
And that's the huge shift our listener experienced. They realized learning English wasn't about these big, flashy moments of feeling super motivated.
Yeah.
It was actually built on these small, quiet acts of discipline. And here's the part I found really compelling. They found the feeling of motivation often came after they took action.
Ah, yes. The feeling follows the action.
Totally. They told this story about opening their English notebook after 4 months of just letting it sit there.
Wow, 4 months.
Yeah. And they just sat down, looked at the blank page, and told themselves, okay, just 10 minutes. Don't overthink it. Just do it.
Just start.
And after those 10 minutes, they felt genuinely proud. The motivation, the energy, it only showed up after that first little push of discipline. That's such a powerful example. And it backs up so much research. You really don't need to be in the mood. You just need to make a move.
Any move.
Any small move. Open the book. Write one single sentence. Play that podcast for, just 10 minutes. That first tiny step, that simple act of showing up, that's what builds the momentum.
And it doesn't stop there, apparently. The ripples can be pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Our listener described this unexpected chain reaction once they committed to those 10 minutes of English. It wasn't just English practice.
Oh, what else?
This consistency started spilling over. They started sleeping earlier, weirdly enough, making healthier food choices. They even cleaned their desk. Twice.
See, that's the beauty of it. It's like falling dominoes, but, in a good way.
Yeah.
You nudge one small thing and it creates the push for the next thing and the next. And there's actual science here. Stanford University research shows how our brains register these little tiny wins. It's not just a feeling of accomplishment. It actually releases a bit of dopamine. It chemically reinforces that habit loop, making the next step just a little bit easier.
So it's like a reward signal.
Exactly. It's what B.J. Fogg, who created the tiny habits method, talks about. He says, plant a small seed and it will grow into something strong.
So those first 10 minutes, even if they felt hard, triggered a little win signal in the brain.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I did a good thing.
Precisely. And that little burst of pride, that bit of energy, makes the next good thing feel less daunting.
Which makes so much more sense than trying to tackle some huge, overwhelming plan, right?
Oh, absolutely. Those big plans often crash and burn after day one because it just feels like too much, too soon. It triggers our natural resistance.
Yeah, been there.
But when it's small and steady, your brain doesn't really see it as a threat. It just goes, okay, I can handle that. And then the next day, repeating it feels easier. You're kind of gently tricking your brain into building a routine without needing brute force.
And that becomes your routine, right? Something you do regularly, same way each time.
Exactly. Like our listener making tea and writing one sentence, that's a routine. It's not just, randomly deciding to study when the mood strikes.
Okay, so we get the power of small acts, but then there's the challenge of making them actually stick. Our listener found that just trying to make time for English as a separate thing,
Mm-hmm.
it often got forgotten.
Yeah, or it just felt like another chore on a long list.
So what was the solution they found?
It was about putting English in the right place during your day, not finding new time, but slipping it inside things you already do.
Ah, okay. Integrating it.
Exactly. Think of your existing habits as hooks on a wall. If you hang your little English task onto one of those existing hooks, it's much less likely to fall off.
That's a great visual, like habit stacking.
Precisely, habit stacking. And our listener had some really good practical examples.
Oh.
They started listening to English podcasts while walking to the bakery, almost every day. It became so automatic, they said their hand just reaches for the earphones when they leave the house now.
Wow.
They even said if they forget, it feels like something's missing, like a sandwich with no filling.
That's when you know it's a real habit.
Absolutely. And another one, writing one English sentence while making morning tea, just in that minute or two waiting for the kettle boiling becomes the trigger.
The signal. Like seeing your notebook might be a trigger.
Exactly. It's something that reminds you, time for my tiny English thing.
So for you listening, maybe think about your own day. What are your existing routines, your hooks?
Right. You brush your teeth every morning, yeah. Probably in the same spot, looking at the same mirror.
Mm-hmm.
What if you put a sticky note on that mirror with one English sentence? You read it while you brush.
No extra time needed.
No extra time, no extra effort. It's woven into something you already do. That's how English can kind of hide inside little things. You're learning without feeling like you're studying.
Okay, but what about those days when everything just feels heavy? The days your brain feels like it's wearing pajamas and refuses to get dressed, as our listener put it.
Ah, yes. The tough days. We all have them. And that's where these tiny plans become your absolute lifesaver.
Your secret weapon.
Totally. Our listener called it their bare minimum survival kit.
I love that name.
Isn't it great? It's like a compassionate backup plan for the lazy days, the tired days, the zero energy days. Theirs was super simple. Step 1, brush teeth. Okay, basic hygiene covered. Step 2, survive.
Realistic.
Very. And step 3, say one sentence in English and go back to bed if needed. That's the bare minimum.
Just the absolute smallest version of the habit.
Exactly. Just enough to keep the chain intact. Maybe it's listening to just 1 minute of an English podcast when you feel completely drained.
Yeah. And that's so important because it fights that all or nothing thinking, doesn't it?
Completely. That voice that says, well, if I can't study for 30 minutes, it doesn't count, so I'll just skip it entirely.
Yeah, I know that voice.
But like our listener realized, 1 minute counts. Showing up, even just a tiny bit, means you didn't give up. That act of showing up, just being present and trying even when you don't feel 100%, that's key.
It's not lazy, it's kind to yourself.
It's kind and it's strategic. It's like this tiny promise you keep, just holding on to the thread, even if your hands feel tired. Because here's the real insight. Lazy days aren't the problem. Quitting is what breaks the chain.
Wow.
That smallest step, that bare minimum, it matters most on the hardest days. That's how you build true consistency. Doing it again and again, even when you don't feel like it, that's so much more powerful than waiting for that elusive feeling of motivation to strike.
Right. That good feeling that makes you want to start. You can't always rely on that.
You really can't. Discipline and consistency are your reliable friends.
So, looking back at our listener's journey, it's so clear, isn't it? The transformation wasn't about finding some magic motivation button.
Not at all.
It was built with patience, with these small, persistent steps, moving from just waiting around for inspiration to actively, quietly, just showing up.
And these ideas, they go way beyond just learning English, don't they?
Oh, for sure.
This whole approach applies to pretty much any goal you might have. Staying healthy, being more patient, whatever it is.
Even just being kinder to ourselves.
Especially that. It's such a powerful reminder that, we don't have to be perfect. We just have to keep trying. And maybe that's actually enough.
Yeah, just keep trying. So here's a final thought for you to chew on today. What would it look like if you gave yourself just 10 quiet minutes towards your goal, whatever it is?
It doesn't have to be huge. but maybe take it seriously for those 10 minutes.
And ask yourself, do you really buy it? Does consistency matter more than intense motivation?
Maybe try writing down your answer, even if it's just one sentence. That could be your first small step today.
Keep going, one day at a time. Yeah. And take care of yourself out there.
Absolutely. Take good care.